Hi friends, this question is from test series 4. Subject name is OS and the topic name is process synchronization and it is of 2 marks. Let us see the question. Which of the following is true about mutual exclusion with respect to critical section problem? 1. Mutual exclusion is satisfied if PI is executing in its critical section of PI, then PJ cannot enter the critical section of PJ. ME is satisfied if PI is executing in critical section of PI, then PG cannot enter the critical section of PI. ME is satisfied if progress and bounded waiting is satisfied. Option A 2 is true, option B 1 is true, option C 1 and 2 true, option D all are true. Before going to solve this one, we have to know what is meant by critical section and mutual exclusion, progress and bounded waiting. Critical section. Suppose there are n processes and which are computing to use some shared data. Each process has a code segment called critical section in which the shared data is accessed. Mutual exclusion. We know that critical section solution to the critical section problem is critical section problem. Mutual exclusion, bounded waiting, and progress. So from this one we know what is meant by mutual exclusion. If process PI is executing in its critical section, that is nothing but process PI is executing critical section of PI, then no other process can be executed in their critical sections. This is nothing but mutual exclusion. The statements 1 and 2 are related to the mutual exclusion itself. So let us see this one. Mutual exclusion is satisfied if PI is executing in a critical section of PI, then PJ cannot enter the critical section of PJ, right? So only one process can access its critical section at a time. No other process can be access the critical section. So PI is executing in its critical section, so PJ cannot enter. That's true only. Next one, ME is satisfied if PI is executing critical section of PI. That means PI is executing in its critical section, then PJ cannot enter the critical section of PI. How PJ will enter into the how PJ can enter into the critical section of PI? It is not possible, na? So only PI can execute at a time. So ME is satisfied if PI is executing in critical section of PI, then PG can enter. After completion of PI execution only PG can enter. So this one also true. Next one, ME is satisfied if progress and bounded waiting is satisfied. No, there is no relationship between ME, progress and bounded waiting. So it is not true. That means it is false. So the answer for this one is 1 and 2 are true, which is nothing but option C. From this question we learn what is meant by critical section and what is meant by mutual exclusion, and the solution to the critical section, which is nothing but 3 parts are there: mutual exclusion, bounded waiting and progress. Thank you.